What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new video. Today we have the top 5 best weapons in the game. I can already see the comment section. Yes, I know there's only 13 weapons in the game. However, this video is mainly to point out which are the best guns to use right now. And of course, I'm giving you a full guide on what attachments you want to be putting on this weapon. I maxed out every single weapon, so I can say I got a pretty good feel of which guns are going to be useful and which are not. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I stream every day on Twitch and on YouTube. Links will be down in the description. Let's get right into it. First weapon is on the Assault class. It is the B36A4. Basically the G36. The reason why this gun is so extremely good, there is spread in this game. However, the B36 doesn't really seem to have that as much, especially with the build I have for you guys. Let's get right into it. It's one of the most beaming weapons. Also, in terms of damage, I feel like it's very consistent. So winning gunfights with the B36 is not super hard. Here we have it, the attachments. I really like to use the 2.5 zoom on this weapon. Going with a red dot sight can work as well. But this is one of the fewer weapons where I think a zoom can actually work very well, because the spread isn't as bad on this weapon. So trying to kill players from medium range is not too difficult. I have the laser sight, the MW blue laser sight, for improved hip fire accuracy. Definitely increases the chance of winning close range gunfights. I use the flash hider. Then I have the 480mm standard, slightly improved aiming speed, again to improve your chances of winning those gunfights. Then I have the folding vertical grip, not the best grip, but the recoil on this gun is not very bad, especially when you're used to it. It's a very learnable recoil pattern, so I use that grip. We got the 45 round extended mag. I think it's one of the few guns where you can put the 45 round on. It's very useful, can make quite a big of a difference. And then I have the full metal jacket rounds on this weapon. So that's the first one, the assault rifle, the B36. Up next, and this is a weapon I think people are sleeping on. It is one of the fastest killing weapons in the game. However, when you first pick it up, it might feel a little bit strange because the visual recoil is pretty bad. But when you start unlocking attachments on this gun, it becomes a whole lot better, especially when you know what to use on it. And it requires a little bit of a specific combo in terms of attachments. The M417 on the carbine class, one of the last guns you unlock, however, so for the newer players might not be super useful. But here are the attachments at least. I use the holographic sight with the 5 MW green laser. Definitely improves your chance of winning those close range gunfights. The TTK of this weapon is basically good at any range. We use the standard suppressor in combination with the 16.5 inch rifle. Improves aiming speed and projectile velocity. With a TTK game this fast, where you die very fast, having faster bullets can make a huge difference. So improving your projectile velocity cannot be the worst decision. Then I have the 6H64 vertical grip, enhancing the recoil by quite a lot, making the gun definitely a lot more handleable, if that's the word. Here's an important one. I use a 20 round fast mag. A lot of people will probably go with a 25 round mag, because you go from 20 to 25. 20 is not a lot, 25 still not a lot. So I picked for 20 rounds and being able to reload faster rather than 25 rounds and having a slower reload. I definitely noticed that it can come in clutch with gunfights. Just, you know, peeking, getting 1 or 2 kills and then reloading. With the fast mag, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. And then I use the polymer case, improves ADS movement speed, basically making it a lot easier to strafe with this weapon, making you a little bit harder to hit while you can just shoot back. Next gun, which I personally think is the best gun in the game. I made a whole separate video of this weapon, the SGX submachine gun. It requires a bit of a specific playstyle, but if you didn't know, hip firing in this game is absolutely incredible. And with this gun, it's insane. Absolute insane. Going to the modification, it's a little bit of a weird setup, and if you don't like playing aggressive, you might not like this weapon at all. I'm going to point out the grip first. That's quite important. The compact hand stop allows weapon to be fired while sprinting. I'm not going to go too much into it because I got a whole separate video for this in case you want to check that out. But it requires a very aggressive playstyle. But being able to hip fire, run, and shoot at the same time, you can be an absolute demon with this weapon. It's important to combine that with the 50 MW green laser. The hip fire accuracy of this gun is really incredible when you combine those two. I have the iron sights on it. I think having the iron sights with only 5 points can be quite useful for the submachine guns. You basically have 5 points left to use on something else. For example, the standard suppressor or the 8-inch extended improves aiming speed and projectile velocity. Again, that projectile velocity, very important in this game. I went with the 36 round extended mag. You still burn through the ammo very fast, but a little less fast like that. And then I have the soft point, improves the headshot damage. Also can make quite a big of a difference. Next up, we have the LMG, the L110. I don't see people running this very often, probably because it requires a very slow defensive playstyle that you can kind of only use on breakthroughs. So if you're more of a conquest player, domination player, king of the hill, whatever, this might not be your gun. But if you like to play breakthrough a lot, this is a very good gun to use. Why? Because you want to position yourself in ways where you can basically get a lot of kills, but you have to be the defensive player. You basically gotta let the enemy do the work and you just finish them off. So don't be too shocked when this gun plays very slow. However, when you get into the position, you're going to be absolute mowing down players with the L110. Let's go into the customization. You can basically use any scope on this. I wouldn't go with the lower zooms on this weapon. Go with the scope. I really like the 3 times, the 4 times was great as well. And I have the full metal jacket rounds. I tried to make the extended mag work, which gives you 200 rounds, but I couldn't really make it work in combination with all the other attachments. You want to lower the recon on this weapon, put a suppressor on it, laser, or no laser, but a scope. So I ended up going with the 100 round belt pouch. In combination with the Sybil stubby, enhances the recoil a lot. Definitely important on this LMG. Basically allows you to pick up players from pretty long range pretty easily. Here we have the 349mm SB. Very important barrel because it improves accuracy when firing for prolonged periods. If you played Battlefield 1, you know how good this is on LMGs. Basically, when you keep shooting, your bullets become more accurate rather than less accurate. And the first bullets will still be, you know, they will have a little bit spread, but when you keep on spraying, it becomes very good. So especially when you're used to Battlefield 1 gunplay, you're gonna like that one. Definitely need the suppressor. You're gonna be playing a little bit slow with this gun, so try and get a good position going, and hopefully they don't spot you, and the suppressor should definitely help you with that. Then the last gun, which is the infamous shotgun. I had to put it in. I really hate this gun. I really hope they nerf it. But the shotgun in this game right now is absolutely amazing. I have a little switch up for this gun, which I'm going to go into for now, which is the attachments. Something I never use is the slug rounds. I hate slug rounds. I find them a little bit pointless in most games. However, I noticed on this game it increases the consistency by a lot. However, you kind of remove the ability to hip fire with this gun consistently. You can still do it, and I still try and do it, but the one-shot kills with this gun, basically when you hit, very, very consistent. Definitely recommend at least trying it out for a couple of games. If you don't like it, you can always go back to the buckshot. So I have the iron sight. You have the green laser on this. Then I have the suppressor. I think the suppressor is kind of a must on the shotgun if you want to make it work for the flanks, for example. Then it's quite important to not be noticed on the minimap super quickly. Then I have the 20-inch factory standard barrel. Basically, you don't have a choice with this. I don't have an underbarrel. Trying to control recoil on the shotgun is a bit pointless, so underbarrel is a bit pointless. And then I have the 7-shell tube. Improving the mag size to 8. I think this is by default. You can also go with a little bit faster handling, but I think having those 2 extra rounds on the shotgun is actually quite good. Having improved handling isn't bad though. I definitely can try this out if you don't feel like you need the 8 bullets. And then again, of course, we have the slugs. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it. Hopefully this video was helpful in any way. Again, little reminder, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. We're trying to hit 250,000 before the end of the year. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.